YouTube, Biker Mike back out in the Biker Mike shop. I thought I'd make a quick video on the air filter maintenance on this. I know for some people it might be pretty obvious. But other people may not have ever done anything like this. So it's not that hard to do, but there is a couple things to be aware of. One, the air filter's down here under the seat, and it's got another filter up here under the instrument panel. So I'll jump right into it and pull the seat off. There's a lever at the back, lift up on that. Seat comes right off. Next up, you want to take this off. Now I have the helmet visor defroster hooked up, so there's a wire hooked up to that. So just got to be careful with that. And once that's out of the way, I just set it off to the side. Right here is going to be the main air filter. So you should be able to twist it off, but if you can't, there's a, I think it's a 19 millimeter. That's what I use anyways. You can put that on there to help twist it off, just like that. It's just a little bit of a turn and it comes off. You can see there's a seal around it there. So right here is your main air filter. As you can see, there's a little bit of debris on there. So I'm going to get that all cleaned up and re-oiled. I'll show you how to do that. So the next thing, you need to remove this instrument panel. It's pretty simple. This is just the way I do it. Maybe there's even an easier way. But just going to grab a T20 Torx bit. And get that bezel out of the way. Now this is how I do it. There might be a better way, but I just pull this up and out of the way just like that. And then this cowl piece should just lift off. It's pretty simple. And then I'll just feed this back in through it and pull it off. So with the instrument cowl off, that exposes the filter right here. So as you can see, there's a little bit of debris on there. I'm going to get that all cleaned up too. So you just pop it off. There's 3 little tabs and it should come right out. So I'm just going to set that aside for now and we'll get back to that later. I've got the air filter over here at a table I set up, and what I've got to clean it is just some Varsol, because I did previously oil this foam air filter with some foam air filter oil. So it's important to use that. That oil has thinners in it that evaporate and leave a nice sticky film on the foam element, which will trap 95% of the dirt or more. As you can see, the paper element's still nice and clean. So you should be able to do this several times while still utilizing the same paper air filter. So with that off, what I've got in here is just Varsol in a little pail here. And the Varsol is going to cut the oil off the air filter and get it fairly clean, but there's a second step to doing this that I always do. Now this is how I do the air filters in my dirt bikes. So I just want to rinse out as much as the Varsol as you can, and all that oil that was on the filter, that all goes into the Varsol with a lot of the dirt. Just be careful just to squeeze the filter, don't twist it and wring it, otherwise it could damage the foam filter itself. So with that mostly clean, the next step is going to be to take it inside into the laundry tub, the sink inside, with some dish soap and warm water, and really get that cleaned up. So there you go. I got the foam filter all cleaned up and the filter all clean. Pretty self-explanatory. Just filled up a sink with some warm soapy water. Use some dish soap so it'll cut through the solvents and the oil. Just clean it up in the soapy water, then rinse it very thoroughly under some running water. Same with this, I just used a little toothbrush to lightly scrub it and then rinsed it clean under some running water. and just need to let them dry out, and we can reinstall this. And once this is dry, we can oil it up and put it back on the paper air filter. Okay, I got the screen all cleaned up, dried off, ready to reinstall. Pretty simple how that goes back in. Just make sure it's fully seated and the 3 little tabs are set into it. Okay, I got the foam air filter ready to be re-oiled, but before I do that, I just have a rag here and I'm going to clean up the sealing side of the air filter. I just put a little bit of WD-40 on there, and I'm just going to clean that off so it's got a nice clean surface area to seal back in. So once again, this is foam air filter oil, so it's exactly what it's intended to be used for, and you can get this at any motorcycle shop, probably right where you bought your ATV. So you're just going to want to pour a little bit on there, and then you just want to squeeze it into the air filter so you get a nice even coating on the whole filter. And you may have to add a little bit more and work that in as well. Just squeeze, don't wring it out. You just want to squeeze that oil into the foam. You don't want to put too much on, but you also want to make sure you have enough so that the whole foam element is completely coated with the oil. And then it's just ready to go back onto the paper cartridge. And just like that, it's ready to be reinstalled. Now just to show you guys how much crud was in there, even though it didn't look that dirty, we're going to pour this Varsol back in because I actually reuse this for doing other filters. So I'm going to try and pour it in and keep it nice and clean. And hopefully the dirt, most of it, will stay in the bucket, and I can show you how much dirt I got out of that air filter, which wasn't even really that dirty, but there's quite a bit in it. And there you go, guys. That's how much crap was in that foam air filter. And because I had it oiled, all that dirt was in the foam and didn't get into the paper element. And that way you can run that paper element for a long, long time. Now, obviously, if you're out in the mud and you get water and get it really contaminated, then you need to change your paper filter more often. But if you're not going too crazy on it, you can run that foam air filter with just the oil in it for a long time and just keep re-cleaning it and re-oiling it. So there you go, guys. A quick video there on how to do the air filter maintenance on a Can-Am, or how I do it. Now, like I said, it may be pretty obvious to a lot of you guys out there, but to a lot, they haven't done it. And for those people, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like the video. Make sure to subscribe. I got lots of content on the Can Am Outlander 850 I bought, and I'll be doing more videos as things wear out and need to be replaced, or maintenance items. I'll keep them coming as often as I can, and hopefully you guys like them. Thanks again for watching. Biker Mike out.